All right, we are connected. So let's let this video connect so we can get this link and put it in our community. By the way, if you are not in our community, but you're under the sound of my voice, you probably should be. We have created a community, a booming community for those entrepreneurs and solopreneurs who are on their journey to their first six figures in revenue. There are all kind of obstacles. There are all kind of feelings. And guess what? We have the community to help you with it all. So go to shaycannon.info/community up. That's wrong. shaycannon.info/group. See how you get easily distracted and join us. In fact, I'm going to grab the link to our YouTube and put it in our group so that everyone has access and they can join us this morning. All right, we got that done. And I can see the chat over here on YouTube. So let's get started. Welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures morning show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. It all starts with the blog. And this week's blog is at shaycannon.com/second. That's SECOND. Because what we're talking about is it seems like there's a second recession going on. And so what now for small businesses, right? Because recession are not the landscape for entrepreneurs right now is that it's already hard enough for you to meet your revenue goals. And now with people not just holding their money to their chest, but they're over there reducing expenses, right? So they're not just staying with the expenses they have anymore. Okay. They're over there trying to reduce expenses, which means the return on investment that you would give, they're not investing in the first place. Okay. So what are we supposed to be doing during this time? Well, the first strategy for you, part one, was streamline your offering. Okay. That was part one. If you want to know more about that, go to yesterday's replay because that was part one. Today we're on part two. And what that is you're going to enhance your value proposition. Okay. Enhance your value proposition. This involves you refining how you communicate the unique benefits, okay, and the distinctive value that your service provides your target client. All right. So these are your goals with that. Your goal is to differentiate your business, increase customer engagement, and last but not least, and I would venture to say most important in this category, drive buying decisions. Okay. We love to talk about a bunch of stuff that don't matter to nobody and it's not helping anybody make a buying decision. That should be your focus. Okay. What information can I give so that I can help my ideal client make a buying decision to go with me or go with me over my competitors? Okay. That's what's most important with all of your communication. Okay. Now, let me give you some strategies. You know, I'm not going to leave you out there like that. Number one, you need to clarify the transformation. What is their dream? What are they trying to get to? What do they want to have happen after working with you? That's what you want to talk about. Guess what they're not really interested in before they pay you? Features. You know what features are? How many meetings you're going to have? How many videos are in there? All that stuff they don't care about. But that's the stuff that we go to first, right? They don't care about that. And guess what? On your sales pages, that should not be up at the top. That should be down at the bottom somewhere. Transformation should be at the top. Okay, we love to talk about above the scroll. If y'all don't know where that came from, it came from newspapers. Anything that was above the fold was most important. It was most eye-catching. It was going to make you want to open the newspaper and look at other stuff. Well, in our online world, on our sales pages, it's above the scroll, which is when they first hit your sales page, what is right there? Because that should be uber convincing or they may not scroll. All right. Now, number two, understanding the client's pain. I don't work with people in clarifying their business without figuring out what the pain points of their client avatar is. Because if you don't, let me tell you something else. Let's go personal. Your best friends, the people that you feel like understand you the most, understand your pain, right? So when it comes to you going and talking about your problems to somebody that you trust, okay, or you want to go and talk about a win that was hard for you to get with somebody, guess who you go tell that's most satisfying? The person that understood your pain, right? The person that understood your road and getting there. That's what you should be doing. You're the expert. You should be understanding what their pain is. Because guess what? If I'm looking for a solution, I first need to find somebody that understands my pain, right? Because if you don't understand my particular pain, I don't think that you're a part of my solution. So y'all need to do a better job of understanding the client's pain. Number 3, you're going to communicate your unique selling points, okay, or unique selling proposition. That could be what's different about the way you bring about the solution. It could be who you are, right? Now, I took a moment and pulled up mine because I have a list that is different for different stuff, right? So I have a list that's in my bio of how I'm unique and you know, how I stand out, how I'm the expert. But then I have things that I need to be using on my sales pages, in my sales pitches. Let me tell you what those are, okay? So my unique selling propositions of why you should buy from my brand are that I have 6+ years as an experienced fractional chief operating officer, okay, with 6- and 7-figure businesses. Okay, I have won, you know, I'm trying to help you get to your first 6 figures. I've won an award for having 6 figures in my business. So this is not one of those things where I'm gonna make 6 figures by making you believe I can help you get 6 figures and my 6 figures are gonna come from that claim. No, okay. I know how to make money in my business and I'm gonna show you how to make money in your business. It's been verified by an outside third party. Okay. So proven strategies. Okay. I have proven strategies and frameworks that I've been using with 6- and 7-figure businesses to help you to get to your first 6 figures. Okay. The last one is I have a proven framework that I use to get my coaching clients to their first 6 figures and multiple 6 figures. I've done it in my business, right? So people want to hear those type of things. Yes, they do. They definitely want to. Let's talk about testimonials and stuff for a moment, okay? I need y'all to be more strategic with your testimonials, okay? If you know the pain points of your avatar, you want to bring in testimonials that strategically speak to the pain points. You want to bring in testimonials that strategically speaks to the transformation that they want, not just that you're great. Nobody cares, right? Just saying that you're great and I love this person. You don't, those are not effective testimonials. Those do not help anybody make a buying decision. Okay, keep in mind that that's our litmus. Okay, that's our litmus test. That's our barometer. That's our what do you call it? Measuring stick. Is it going to help them make a buying decision? Right? So unique selling propositions. All right. Number 4, leverage storytelling. I need to do more of this too, right? But what we know is facts and things you want them to remember are better encased in a story. They will remember it, okay? They're not going to remember that whole bullet pointed list. We need to stop talking in bullet points. We need to start telling more stories because that cements it more for the client avatar to remember who you are and how you help them, okay? A story. All right, last but not least, you need to test and optimize for what your clients value. What we know is sometimes we do a little research and we ask our ideal clients questions and they tell us this thing and then we go in to give them this thing and that actually wasn't what they valued at all. Right? So you should always be getting feedback and testing and seeing what's really working out there for what they want and what they value. Okay, because they'll tell you right now, oh, I value something that's affordable. And then you'll see them go pay more to somebody else. Well, guess what? There was something else they valued over affordability. We need to find out what that is. What made them go over there, even though we were the most affordable? And let me tell you how we ain't trying to be the most affordable anyway. That's a race to the bottom. Okay, let's not be affordable. Let's pack in the value and be able to communicate that value because decisions are not really built on money for real. Okay. If you understood the human psychology is they can have a certain amount of money that is definitely stagnated, right? It's definitely limited, but they still gonna spend that limited amount of money on what they find valuable. So get out of folks' pockets and get into your value. All right. So out of these ways of enhancing your value proposition, I would like to know which one do you need to do more, and do you feel like you have an obstacle to doing that? Let's start with Heather. I haven't started from the top in a while. Let's start from the top. So Heather, out of these things, these strategies, which one do you know you need to do more, and is there an obstacle to you doing so?
I think as silly as this might sound coming from me, I think I need to leverage storytelling more, number
Okay.
one. And and then wrapping in the pain and the solution, and clarifying the translate all the things here
Yes.
smushed into storytelling.
I love it. I love it. And you know what? It's crazy, right, Heather? Because you and I are writers, and what we know about stories is we need pain and we need the desire to make the story, right? So if we just would, as experienced writers, if we would just story tell more, that stuff would come with it anyway, because we know that that's a part of the story, right?
Well, you think about it too, like every way we connect with people is through storytelling. Like whether or not we're hopping on here and I'm like, oh my God, let me tell you what happened yesterday, right? That's a story. Or you just told a story about how, you've got the testimonial, right? That was a story. It was a story. It was a lesson wrapped up in a story, right? So and you're right, we have to have a conflict and a resolution, which is, the fancy way of saying a problem and a solution, right? Like we have to have those things in every story we tell.
Protagonists, antagonists. We need both, right?
All of them. All of them. We need it all. I have not been doing a great job at that, but you can take all the things that you just told us to do and put them in a story.
Definitely. Most definitely. Love it. Thank you, Heather. Kimberly, if you're available to come off the mic, please let us know which of these do you know you need to do more of, and do you have an obstacle to doing it? If you cannot come off the mic, please feel free to use the studio comments. Okay. And so we're going to go to Dewana. Dewana, are you available to come off the mic? Look, y'all gonna make me make some new rules for the YouTube. Y'all out here leaving me with air. All right, let's go to Shawana.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I had to find the
Dewana.
button.
Look, thank you, Dewana.
I was searching for the button today. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, so really and truly, this is actually I'm right on top of this topic because this is kind of key to my business. Because I'm in such a niche, not the only way, but one of the main ways that we get people in our business is to tell our stories, because they have to understand what we had to go through to get to where we are, and then that pulls them in, and it's the truth. So the storytelling behind the testimonials is really, really what sells my service. Other than that, it's just more of the same. So I actually do all of these things currently to attract business to my business, customers to my business.
I love that, Dewana, because you also remind us that storytelling can be visual. You know what I'm saying? They don't say that pictures are worth 1,000 words for nothing, right?
That's right. That's right.
Make sure that you're not over here willy-nilly picking stock photos and making graphics. Make sure that even the visuals are telling the story that leads them to want to read the words, right?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Cool beans. Thank you for that, Dewana. All right, Shawana, Miss Kennedy, Mrs. Kennedy, we have been missing you. So, Shawana, which of these do you know that you need to implement more, and is there an obstacle in you doing so?
Hello. Hey, in all things, is be seen, be heard, and increase the visibility to increase our profitability. So one of the things for me, of course, working with other people, I have to even go back to my Q&A, the question and answer, because that in itself was getting attention. And so it's kind of like, for me, some of the things that was working, I need to not forget those things, even though I assist other people, because I have to make sure that I'm visible as well, where they hear me speaking directly to them, not even necessarily showing them something. One of the things that I am working on, sometimes, which can be tough, is to show more examples of the pain, right? The problem, because we already know what their problem is. It's not that they potentially cannot do what I do, is that they don't have time. And so the problem is that that's not their wheelhouse. And so that's where I'm the solution. So being more strategic in figuring out better ways to show that on screen, and even potentially in some type of commercial. So that's part of even my thought, Shay, is working on some type of commercial or some type of infomercial, something that shows what it is that I do and how I am the solution for folks that need my services.
Yeah, I think you definitely need to do more of those, because just in between the video that you already produce, right? And so you don't only have the unique selling proposition of saving time, you also have the unique selling proposition of adding strategy. Because the people who don't mind being on camera, they still don't have a strategy for what they need, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly.
so
Yeah.
don't forget that part too. But yes, I love that. Thank you, Shawana. All right, Dr. LaFera, which of these do you know you need to do more of? And let's, now will be a great time to recap while I'm saying these, right? So we're talking about enhancing your value proposition, right? And the quick strategies was clarify your transformation, understand your client's pain, communicate your unique selling propositions, leverage storytelling, test and optimize for what your client actually values. So Dr. LaFera, which of those do you know you need to do more of? And do you have an obstacle to implementing it? Now, Dr. LaFera, you should have been unmuting all that time. Come on now.
You were talking, so you didn't even hear the unmute before you started rattling all that list off.
I can see. I'm looking for it. But thank you.
Okay. So mine is I have a couple storytelling. So for me, my story changed a few times. Most recently, like 6 weeks ago. Well, no, over 2 months ago, because I was in the hospital. And so I've had to change my story. So I've been working on that to incorporate how I use food and affirmations and even emotional intelligence to get out of the hospital with something that could have killed me. And so that, and then the the value, not the unique selling prop, yeah, the selling proposition, I think, or the unique value proposition.
Oh,
Probably
yeah,
both of those.
Cool, baby.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let me tell you about how, you and Dewana are in, that health space. And so, showing that before and after is going to be important for y'all, right? So for you, Dr. LaFera, you're helping women over a certain age to go from feeling one way, looking one way, to feeling and looking another way. So some before and after storytelling is going to be definitely apropos for that, right? You're going to need that because we do want to see that. Now, what I love about you is you've recently been sharing more about when you have been the before and how you get to the after. So, people are definitely following that journey. So congratulations. We don't want bad things to happen, but when they do, show people how you come out of the bad things, right? So thank you so much for that, Dr. LaFera. Dr. Tachi, which of these unique selling proposition items, implementations, do you know you need to do more of, and do you have an obstacle to implementing?
To test and optimize for what the client values.
Cool beans. That was simple. That was simple. Anything else you want to say about that? Do you think you have an obstacle to doing that?
Not really, just having enough help to be able to do that. That's the obstacle.
Yeah. So what I would say, Dr. Tachi, if we're talking about the network, which is indiesoup.tv, by the way, what I would say is definitely get a lot of viewer feedback, but also look at the analytics, right, of your channels, of the different shows, that type of thing, because people say one thing and then their behavior show another. That's why we need to be looking at all the things, right? Why did you say this, but then you did this? So this is the importance of doing that.
Yes, actually, and I actually, like, YouTube provides such robust analytics. I not like I don't give a damn about the others, but I'm like, don't give a damn about the others. YouTube is really actually where we're growing the most. And so I'm looking, and it's interesting to see that a lot of the viewership is not the US is third. So Philippines is number 1, Thailand is number 2, Senegal is number 3, and then the US is number 4. No, Senegal is number 4. So it's interesting. So it's now looking at something is being done that's right, but it's like, how do I then pull that in a little more, the international end of it, when the programming tends to be US centric with the exception of the Canadian shows, but.
Yeah. So, I mean, what that would tell me is that you could definitely run ads there. Or you can definitely do celebrations of some of their holidays and stuff, you know what I'm saying, for both Senegal and over there in Asia. So yeah, I mean, when we pull in that, so for everybody listening, you may not be pulling in different countries, but you could be pulling in different states in the United States. And what we know is that shit can feel like a different country. Try coming to Alabama from New York, feels like a different country. Okay. So yeah, you could be pulling in different things from the local locations that are a part of your analytics. So thank you for that, Dr. Tachi, for the value add. All right, Glow, what do you need to be implementing, and do you have an obstacle to implementing?
I was over here thinking more of like storytelling, slash testimonials, from me doing locks rather, and how people are coming to me and telling me how their hair is growing though. But the obstacle is that they tell me this over the phone. Like they'll call me. So I don't have like anything in black and white besides, I like my hair or whatever. But when they call me and tell me about their testimonials, I don't have it to necessarily just post. It's just be going off my words. But I just, I need that though to increase the clientele for me.
Okay. So two things come to me, Glow, because it's not like your service is digital. They have to come to you. You see what I'm saying? So those were, first of all, you should be getting photographic evidence of as many people that come to you as possible. How they looked before they got their hair done, how they look after, right? As many that will allow you to do that. All of them will allow you to do after, right? So you can at least do that. So that people who have been coming to you for a while, you have a photographic journal of when their lock started here, right? By their ear, and they went down past the shoulders. You should have photographic evidence of you taking care of their hair, right? And you getting them there. So that's one thing. The next thing is your repeat customers, as they're calling you and telling you stuff, you need to be recording that as far as writing it down. So the next appointment that they have, you can put your phone right in their face and say, okay, tell me more about this, 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 and this after they get their hair done. So now you got the new hairdo and you got their story on video. Does that make sense, Glow?
Yeah, I like that, but I didn't think that having the photos was more of like the storytelling slash testimonials, because I do that. Like I have that some of my clients have like their own albums in my phone. So that
So you need
helps
to
a
pull them
lot.
out though, Glow, because it does tell a story. So if someone allows you to take a picture of them when they came in and then take a picture of when their hair is done, that's a story. A before and after is a story, right? And if somebody has been coming to you for months, several months, let alone years, then there's a story of growth there if you took a picture of them all along the way. You simply need to pull those things out and use them to tell a story. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what you're saying is I have the assets. I'm just not telling the story with the assets. So start telling the story. Shawana, you had a value add for that?
Yeah, I just want to remind her too with everything that you're saying. Don't forget to even set up your phone and put it on a time lapse, because that time lapse is amazing. That's gold, because you could have a voiceover of some other type of conversation while they're watching that time lapse. Because that's
And tell
the
her what you
video
mean by time lapse, Shawana.
on your smartphone. You can actually turn
No,
it.
tell her what she's taking a time lapse of.
Oh, you're taking a time lapse of any part of the hair. For example, if it's a person that they're coming in for maybe something that takes an hour, you position your phone and you record the whole thing. So what took an hour, the time lapse will show it in 1 or 2 minutes. But then that can even be you later, either putting some of the music that you use, the people who you may partner with or sponsor. That could be a voiceover, you saying this client, and you're describing what's going on in a voiceover in that time lapse. So that's serving multiple purposes. And you can do the same thing by dropping it in Canva with some of the pictures and just running a video. So take some of those same pictures of those same clients, and you could do the same thing with those pictures and just run them as a video.
Love it. Love it. And if you need more help, you need to get with Shawana Kennedy.
Thank you. I like that.
Cool beans. All right. Dr. Toya, did you have something you wanted to add before I come to you with the question?
Yes. Also, you mentioned that they're calling, and so they're just telling you about it. But if you have their picture, you can just type in the text and their name, right? Ask them for permission to use their words. And most times they will say yes. And it's still the same, even though they haven't sent it to you in like a formal way, or you felt like you haven't documented it in a way. As long as you jot it down, ask for permission, attach it to the picture, to the user, the person that's outside looking, we're not like, ooh, she didn't get that directly from them, because we still call it valid because we see someone's picture attached to it.
There you go. Love
And
that.
with that same thought, you can also voice over for some of these past clients. You can use their voice over the same regard, whether it's a video in or the picture, use their voice on top of their photos of the stuff you already have. Because they can recall a memory. That's be fun too. But like with this hairstyle, I love it. Why? X, Y, Z. So yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, real good stuff. Thank you.
Cool beans. I keep telling y'all, I'm a genius. It's not to be disputed, but I'm not the only genius in the room. I love it. I love it. All right, Dr. Toya, which of the unique selling propositions, value proposition, do you know you need to do more of? And is there an obstacle for you in implementing?
Yeah, so I need to do more of telling I think it's the unique value, selling proposition, the one where it's like, I have certifications, people are out teaching my methods and using my methods, and nobody knows that except for the people who are doing it, right? So I think I need to be very clear about my process, the things that I offer, and lead with that a little bit more.
Yes.
Yes. And
Most
the
definitely.
challenge is just, it's one of those things where it's mental, right? You don't want to feel like you're bragging. That, or to me, it's not a big deal. So I devalue the thing. I don't count it as something that's major because it's just normal for me. So I diminish it in my thinking of that it's unique or valuable.
Let me tell you what'll help you to stop doing that. And that is when you see your competitor that you know is not getting results, or that you know does not know as much as you know, getting the business you should have got. That's your fault, right? Because you haven't told people what's the difference between you and that other person. That drives me all the time, y'all, because it sickens me damn near that people are paying already don't have a lot of resources, money to try to grow their business. And you out here spending money with people who don't know how to grow their own business, right? They're over here trying to sell you a 7-figure dream and they ain't never made 7 figures, right? Or the way they made 7 figures is no longer valid in this climate. So yeah, that makes me, that's why y'all see me go live every day and then also do this and also do, that's why I'm out here, because I know that there are things out here that you don't know what you don't know, and you are just praying and using your good hard-earned resources and you're not getting what you need. Right. I also understand that what I have to offer comes before some of the things that you're investing in, because the things that you're investing in are higher strategies and they're not going to work until you have a great foundation. And that's what I help you to get. Right. So Dr. Toya, yeah, you are best kept secret. Even on this show, I keep telling people, y'all don't know about who Dr. Toya is. Yeah, you need to start telling people who you are. Right. Even if you don't want to be the one to do it out of your mouth, then your messaging that is written somewhere, right? All of that needs to come in and differentiate you, because why should they go with you over the people who are charlatans, right? So you should help them to understand how to pick an expert and what they should be looking for. Because guess what? If you put somebody side by side and you say, this person can help me do this, this person can help me do this, but this person on the right actually teach other people how to do it too, I'm going with that person. Okay? I'm going with that one. What you got, Heather?
I'm just going to shout out Dr. Toya right now. She has a book coming out. And it is
another book.
Another book, right? But this one is like, for me, I sank into it. I learned so much, and it clarified things for me about this certain topic that I don't want to give away because I don't know if she wants people to know about it right now. But you should be marketing this book. I'm just going to say it. It's about Akashic Records. And Akashic Records are deep spiritual things that the universe knows about every person on earth. And she's got the laughing. But here's the thing. Dr. Toya knows her stuff. And this book, like, proves that. So she needs to start marketing it. And here's the official announcement. She has a book.
Yeah.
There. I'm done.
And that's not the only one she got coming out, but I'm gonna leave her alone. Dr. Toya, yeah, you need to start telling you got to toot your horn a little bit. So let me tell you this. The difference is, are you tooting your horn out of love to help people make a buying decision, or are you tooting your horn to seem like you're better than everybody else and to crush them? Right? I do both, but I'm just saying you can pick one. You can pick one of those. All right, y'all. Anybody have any questions about what we talked about today, which is your unique selling proposition, or what we talked about yesterday, which was streamlining your offer and your avatar? Because we're all getting ready for what's happening right now. We don't know what's going on in this economic climate. You know, we're using that shock and awe of, is it a second recession? We don't know. As Heather reminded us yesterday, what are the economic indicators that this is actually a recession? We don't goddamn know. What we know is we ain't making no money and our money ain't going as far. And so to us, look, that's an economic hardship. And so that's what we're talking about this week, is what can you be doing right now in this economic climate to still sustain and grow your business? So does anybody have any questions about the streamlining of your offer and your avatar, or your unique selling propositions? Dr. LaFera, Dr. Toya is over here talking about y'all are great. Thank you. Dr. LaFera said, I hope Dr. Toya is on IG and TikTok talking about what she's definitely on YouTube. So Dr. Toya, you could definitely take those YouTube shorts and put them over there on TikTok if you're not already doing that. So good call, Dr. LaFera. Appreciate that. All right, y'all. Well, we would not keep you here. So y'all have a great day. The studio is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.